Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
We are coming at you from the George Mickelson Trailway in South Dakota.
The George Mickelson Trail, it runs from Edgemont, South Dakota to Deadwood, South Dakota. It's 109 miles of trail, and it's the first of the Rail to Trail projects. Originally, this was part of the Burlington Northern Line.
And I gotta tell you, this is something that we almost let slip through our fingers.
Yes, we had wanted to ride part of it.
We had actually heard about it just before we left home. And then we saw it a couple of places, in Custer. And, I mean, it runs almost the length of South Dakota,
yes,
on the western side. And we were actually in a national forest campground where there were we had passed a couple of trailheads.
Yes.
On our way there, and we'd seen people riding it when we were in Custer. But there is so much to do,
yes,
in South Dakota that this was our last day.
Yes, at that campground.
And actually in South Dakota,
yes,
where we're heading into Wyoming the next day. And it was a gorgeous afternoon, as you can tell. And so we decided to go on over, and I gotta tell you,
this is something we would have really missed out had we not taken at least a short ride on this trail.
And, well, let's just tell you, from the trailhead that we were at, we went 2.5 miles south, rode back to the trailhead, and 2.5 miles north.
Yes.
Just because it looked so different,
yes,
from both sides. And it was something that I had a feeling if we got home, we would regret having not done
yes,
it. And I gotta tell you, I think this is one of the huge hidden gems in
yes,
South Dakota. We are so thankful we took the time. And obviously, being here in September was an added bonus.
The colors were unbelievable.
Absolutely phenomenal. And you're riding in Black Hills National Forest.
Yes.
I mean, that is where this trail is, and it is just amazing. And it was used. We did see not a lot of other riders,
no,
but in essentially the 5-mile stretch, I think we saw 4 other groups or something.
yes. And this trail is for hiking, biking, horseback riding, parts of it snowmobiles. It's a well-used trail.
Multi-purpose trail. And I gotta tell you, if you are in the area, just taking advantage of it.
Yes.
Even if it's just for a short stretch. And, had we known how gorgeous it was, we might have taken several different days.
I think we would have.
And several different areas. Because, like I said, we got a 5-mile snapshot,
yes,
of the 109 miles.
But you brought up something interesting the other day, Sharon.
Yeah, and that was, I really feel like instead of a 100-mile trail, it's 200 miles because it looks different each way you go.
It does.
As we were heading south, it was just absolutely breathtaking, but then when you're coming back north, you're seeing that scenery from a different perspective. And
some of the rocks, some of the colors, it's just different.
And I really feel like this is one of those things that if you did it in different seasons, different time of day, all of those things are going to make a difference. And it just, like I said, we couldn't have asked for a better day. Bright blue skies, and something that we have been on a few trailways in Texas.
Yes.
But I gotta tell you, in September, this is not what Texas looks like.
No.
And we were
not our part of it.
we were just so thankful, and that was what we kept saying as we were riding, is how thankful we were that we took advantage of this. And nowhere in Texas do we get this. I
No.
mean, this is just stunning and picturesque. It was just amazing. We had taken a day to go fishing, and we
Yes.
were thrilled we had done that. But one of the things we wanted on this trip was to have no regrets about things that we
Yes.
missed in South Dakota. And so getting out and seeing part of this
Yes.
trail was great. Now, there was a fee. Where we were, it's an honor system.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, $4 per person was a bargain. Had we been here, had we known about it and been planning on riding several days, the $15 for the annual fee.
Yes.
If people that live anywhere near this, that is a bargain to get that annual fee, so annual pass, so that you can, just get out and ride this anytime.
There are several tunnels on the trail. We did not see any. There are many wooden bridges.
We crossed several of those, and the entire section we were on was relatively level. I mean, I think they say a 4% grade is at
Right.
most. However, as you get closer to Deadwood, there is a section where we reached the sign that said that it was going to become a steep grade, and that part of that original
Yes.
trail had been taken out. But anyway, this was the trailhead that we had come over to. As you can see, it was absolutely stunning, spectacular, and if you're in this area, this is something you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching
Two Tired Teachers.